Uh-oh. Hey guys, so I am here out of the kitchen to show you a sewing project. This is a really simple and straightforward sewing project, and it's actually a tutorial brand new on the blog today. And it is for anyone who loves to play with Nerf guns, and it is a DIY Nerf Gun belt. So basically this is it right here. It uses really inexpensive materials, and it is a really simple project to make. It should only take about 10 minutes, and it is great for beginners, and it's really just a fun project. If your kids like to sew, then this would be a good one to get them involved in as well. So it has this D-ring right here, 2 D-rings, and it can either go around your waist or across your chest like Rambo style. So this is what I'm going to show you how to make, and again, the tutorial is new on the blog today. It's really simple. If you are a beginning sewer, or if you have kids who are interested in sewing, then this would be a good one to get them involved. And a link to the tutorial is in the video description. So let's just go ahead and get started. What you're going to need is some webbing, which is this right here. And you can find this in the craft store, in a store like Joann's is with all the ribbons and things like that, and you buy it by the yard. So you need just a little bit more than a yard of this. So on the tutorial it says to buy 1.25 yards. And then in addition to that is some elastic, and you can buy this in different colors. My boys picked out this tan color, and I bought it in a package. It was 3 yards, and so you only need about 12 inches, but the package came with 3 yards. And then the other thing that you need are these, like I said, these D-rings, and there are links to all of these. You can either buy them online or in the craft store, but again, a really inexpensive and quick project. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to measure your webbing, and you're going to cut it to be 38 inches long. Now, I've already made 2, and those are for my older children, but I'm actually going to make one that's a little bit smaller. I don't have quite 38 inches, so I'm just going to work with what I have, and this is going to be for my toddler son and my little girl. So I'm working with this length, but you would want to cut about 38 inches. Jeff, is our internet messing up? Is it messing up for you? Okay. And then the next thing is you're going to cut this elastic 12 inches. Okay, so 38 inches of the webbing, 12 inches of the elastic, and of course you've got your 2 D-rings. Oh, you were going to open that for me, weren't you? You want to get those 2 D-rings out? Okay, so I have black thread right now in my sewing machine, so that's going to coordinate with what I'm working with. And the first thing that I'm going to do is just attach those D-rings. So take one end of your belting, and you're just going to fold it over about 1/2 inch. You having a hard time with that? You're going to fold it over about 1/2 inch, and then sew it to secure those D-rings in place. You can hold 2. Okay, so just like this. So take the D-rings and just make a little loop, and you're just going to sew it securely in place. Now I'm going to sew it with a zigzag stitch because I don't want the ends to fray, and that's going to just help to secure the ends. And anytime you're doing something like any sewing, but especially with kids, I always like to backstitch a little extra because I know that they're going to have a little bit more wear and tear. Jeffrey, did you go check on her?
I did.
Is she okay now? Thank you. Okay, so I just backstitched and I secured those D-rings in place. I'm sorry, I'd use a zigzag stitch. I didn't mean to say just backstitch. Okay, so I zigzag stitched and basically just secured the D-rings in place. So now at this point, I'm going to sew on my elastic, and I'm going to put my, let me get it where you can see it. So I'm going to put my belting right here, my webbing, and I'm going to put the end of the elastic about 2 inches down from the D-rings. And it's just going to have a strip going straight down. So you can see it on the finished product right here. So it's about 2 inches from the D-rings, and then what we're going to do is we're going to sew in 1 inch increments, and that's going to make the holder, the spot for your darts. So I'm just going to put a pin in at every 1 inch increment going down. So this is going to be able to hold 12 darts.
Which is enough to load a Nerf gun.
Which, as my son says, is enough to load a Nerf gun. So I guess that kind of depends on which Nerf gun you have, but it should be enough to load most of your Nerf guns. So what you're going to do after you get all of your pins in place is you're just going to sew down each of these, where each of these pins are. And again, you want to make sure that you backstitch at the beginning and the end. And I backstitched multiple times. I went back and forth a couple of times at the beginning and the end, simply because you want it to hold up. And if your darts are going to be, your kids are going to be taking the darts in and out over and over again, you want to give it a little bit more security.
Is that for me?
Yes. It's for you and Josiah. Okay, so all the way down. At the very end, I'm going to zigzag stitch one more time because I want it to, again, I don't want it to fray. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zigzag stitch right here, and then each of these pins, I'm just going to do a straight line going down. So this is going to take me just a moment. If you have any questions, now would be the time to ask, and I can try to answer those for you. Let me see if I can't get the camera so that you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, maybe that's a little bit better. Okay, so I did the zigzag stitch, so now at this point I'm just going to go back to a straight stitch, and I'm going to go down each of these lines. And I'm not going to worry about trimming any of the stitches yet. I'm going to do that, or trimming any of the strings. I'm going to do that at the end. Oops. Molly, can you pick that one up for me? I just dropped one. Can you pick it up? It's under the chair somewhere. Okay, so you can see where it's a little bit more reinforced at the beginning and the end. So again, you want to backstitch. I'm going to go ahead and sew the end here, and I will finish sewing all of those pins in place in a moment. But I want to show you the final step, just so you don't have to watch me go back and forth each time. Thank you, Molly. Okay, so I zigzag stitched that end as well. And now the final step, given that I've sewn all of these, I'm going to skip that so that the video isn't so long. You know how to do that. I showed you the first two. Same process all the way down. So the last thing is just, you can see this, the end of my webbing is kind of fraying, and so to prevent that, I'm going to take it and I'm just going to fold it down about 1/4 of an inch. So you can see that right there. So I'm just folding it down 1/4 of an inch, and I'm going to just sew it in place right here. And again, another zigzag stitch, and that's just going to help to prevent it fraying over time as it is taken on and off repeatedly. Okay, and we can just pretend that I've sewn all of those pins, and at this point, my dart gun holder, my dart belt would be done. So all I would do is just trim these strings, and then, oops, these strings right here, so you can see.
From the car.
You can get something from the car. And then, can I show them how to put this on, Jed? Do you want to demonstrate for me? Nope. All right, well, he doesn't want to demonstrate for me. So basically, you would just, you know, loop it through like any kind of belt. You're going to do it for me? Okay, well, come stand right here. Okay, so my daughter's going to demonstrate how we would wear this dart gun belt. You know, stand up in the chair so they can see you better. Okay, and as soon as she has this on, then she would be ready for a Nerf battle. Put your hand down. A Nerf battle with her brothers. So just loop it through both, and then pull it back through one.
If she had a gun and darts in it.
If she had a gun and darts, which we could, I'm sure we could
Oh,
procure.
so many darts out of there.
Okay, so this is it. So again, you can wear it. Hold on.
there.
Shh. You can wear it across your chest, or you can wear it around your waist, and that is the Nerf gun dart belt. So I wanted to show you one more project that is on the blog, and that is for a target. So once you've got all of your darts, you're ready to have some target practice. And this is another project that's on the blog. It is, like I said, a target practice. It has this pocket at the top to put a tension rod, and so you can put it in between like a door frame or something like that, and hang it up, and then have some target practice. It's made with just a really inexpensive like grocery bag material, so it doesn't cost very much. And then each of these pockets is an embroidery hoop. So the only sewing that you're really doing is making these little nets right here that catch the darts. So once you shoot, your darts are in the pocket, you know, given that your aim is good. But it has different size embroidery hoops, and then just this netting. So another quick project. You can take it down and store it, and then pull it out whenever you want to have some, oh goodness, some dart practice. And I made that for my son. We had a Star Wars birthday party last year, and that was one of the things that we did at the birthday party. Okay, so that's it. You can find that tutorial on thispilgrimlife.com. You can find a lot of other tutorials as well. It is a snowy day here, and I also published a post on some things to keep you busy if you are snowed in as well. What are we doing with the glue gun? So you can check that out on thispilgrimlife.com. Fun things to cook, cozy foods to make, and some great indoor activities as well. So I will catch you guys later. Have a great day.